Are you thinking about reading the Superhuman book by Dave Asprey? This book right here. I finished it. I want to tell you guys all about it. First of all, hi. Hi to all the new dads out there. This is Dad Reviews. This is where I give you my unedited, hopefully more authentic look at the products that we like, use, and have, and books we read to change our lives. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button. Do you consider yourself a biohacker? I want to know that down in the comments below. If you don't know what biohacking is, it's basically like the art, if you will, of understanding your body by understanding like what side effects you get from different things going on in your body or around your body. And that's kind of this guy right here, Dave Asprey. He's kind of the father, if you will, of biohacking. He kind of got it on the map. And this is his like fifth book, I want to say. I read all of his other ones, great books, Bulletproof Diet, the Better Baby book, Game Changers. There's another one in there, Headstrong. And so he recently put out this book right here, and I like the way that he organizes his books. I don't know if it's just his like way of organization, but I think it makes for a better read. So the way that he did this book, you start with part 1, which is called Don't Die. And in Don't Die, he has 5 different sections of that particular part. And so the first one is the 4 killers, and he goes through the 4 things that are most likely to cause you to die, which is like heart attack, stroke, cancer, and I can't remember the other one. I have to go through and look at it again. But he goes through and he tells you like the statistics of it and why those things happen. Diabetes is the other one. And it was just really a good summary of like why he thinks these are going to be the 4 things that are going to possibly kill you. Alzheimer's. I can never say that correctly. I'm trying to work on it. But another thing that I really like about his books too, and he does this in his blog posts as well, is at the end of a chapter, at the end of a section, he gives you this bottom line page. And it's basically like a summary of that particular section and like what you need to know and what you can do. It's almost like an action plan as well. The next section is the 7 pillars of aging. So there's 7 things that are going to cause you to age more. So they're not going to cause you to die, but they're going to cause you to age. And that's shrinking tissues, mitochondrial mutations, zombie cells, cellular straitjackets, extracellular junk buildup inside cells, and telomere shortening. And he goes through and just, a couple of pages, he explains each one of those and what they mean for you and your body and all that type of stuff. And he uses those 2 things right there to really give a good context for the rest of the book whenever he goes into like the actual biohacking that you can do. The next thing in this Don't Die section is food. It's called Food is an Anti-Aging Drug. Obviously, you need food or you're gonna die. And so he goes into all about food and nutrition. A lot of it's kind of covered underneath his Bulletproof Diet, but he goes into it a little bit more in detail, which I like. And I'll just have a good refresher as well. Number 4 is sleep. You're gonna sleep. You gotta sleep. If you don't sleep, you're gonna die. So, he goes into like sleep cycles and hacking your sleep and ways to measure sleep and all that type of stuff. And then light as well. It talks about junk light, talks about good lights and how to enhance the light around you so that it's better for your health and, biohacking through light. So that's the whole part 1. Then part 2, you go into the age backwards section. By the way, if you guys want to check out this book, I'm going to link it up down in the description below. Y'all can go read other people's reviews about it, not just take my word for it. I've really been enjoying his stuff lately. And so I figured that I would give you guys my take on it from what I read. So the age backwards, it's all about turning your brain back on, getting rid of the metals that are in your body through detoxing, putting ozone in your body, which I haven't really looked into that much, but it was interesting that what he had to say on it. Fertility equals longevity, so if you can reproduce, that's a good thing. Your teeth are a window to the nervous system was the title of part 10, and I thought, or chapter 10, and I thought that was really interesting because I never thought about like what your teeth can tell you. I was actually listening to a podcast recently about how vitamin K2 is good for your teeth as well and can help to prevent cavities. I thought that was really interesting. And then when humans are walking petri dishes, so it's all about like your gut flora and the bacteria that are in your body and how you can analyze them and what they mean and all that type of stuff. Then the last one is part 3, Heal Like a Deity, and it's virgin cells and vampire bloods is number 12. Don't look like an alien, avoiding baldness, grays, and wrinkles. And then the last one is Hack Your Longevity Like a Russian. So this section of the book is kind of some of those a little bit more far out there type of biohacks. There's a couple of things in there that are like, okay, I could legitimately see this as being okay, but like he goes into like stem cells and getting them put back into your body and all this type of stuff that some things you can't even do in the United States. You got to actually fly out of the country to go and do. One thing that I found interesting in this section was section 13, which is more the vanity chapter, if I were to call it anything, and it was about, baldness and gray hairs and wrinkles and all that type of stuff, but you're gonna probably fix a lot of that stuff if you just have good nutrition to begin with. And then there's a couple of like extra little things you can do to kind of make those things go away or enhance it, better for yourself. So I found part 3 to be quite interesting, just not every day. I would say that part 2, the age backwards section, was probably the most interesting, especially whenever it came to the action points. Like this is the one on heavy metals, and he talks about, things you can do like activated charcoal or chlorella and modified citrus pectin and other fibers, that type of stuff. And then he gives you the bottom line, just this short thing of like what you need, what you can do to help your body get rid of these metals that are in your body. And he just breaks it down really easily for you. In fact, if you wanted to, you could probably go to the library or your local bookstore, pick up the book and read all the bottom line stuff, and you get the gist of what he's talking about in the book. But if you want to go, if you're like a science fact-based person and you want all the details in there and everything, you definitely want to go through and read each individual chapter. I will say that it's the way he breaks it up to, like, this is the heavy metal detox method right here, and he goes through all the different things like glutathione and other antioxidants, activated charcoal, chlorella, modified pectins and fibers, EDTA chelation therapy, sweating it out. Another thing that I like about this too is that, yeah, he goes into some of the like really far out there stuff and expensive stuff, but then he's also like, okay, now here's how you can do it on the cheap. And so if you don't want to take all these supplements and whatnot, he said, look, you can sweat it out. You can simply just exercise all this stuff out, and once you, or get into a hot sauna or something like that. So he does a really good job of like putting everything together and then making it very understandable and readable. And I can definitely recommend this book. Like I said, I'll link it up down in the description below. If you guys are interested in biohacking, y'all go and check it out. Go read other people's reviews about it. Actually, you should go and read some of his other books as well, which I've actually done reviews of his other books on the channel. If you guys want to see those videos, I'm gonna put them right there on the screen. You guys can click those videos. I'll see you on those videos. Thank you, dads, for watching. That thumbs up is always appreciated, and dad out.